Okay, one more video for today. So we've seen that only Jesus is righteous, and the righteousness that God requires is perfect, absolute righteousness, and none of us have it. So in this video, we're going to learn the good news. It's about a new kind of righteousness. Let's look at Romans chapter 3, pick up where we left off. In verse 21, it says this, "But now God has shown us a different way of being right in his sight, not by obeying the law, but by the way promised in the scriptures long ago." So see, it's saying that there's a new way to do it, a different way to be made right as far as God is concerned. In verse 22 explains it. It says this, "We are made right in God's sight when we trust in Jesus Christ to take away our sins. And we all can be saved in this same way, no matter who we are or what we have done." See, this is amazing what it's saying to us. It's saying that it's not by working, it's not by trying really hard, it's not by going to church, but this new righteousness can be ours when we put our trust in Jesus Christ, which seems almost too good to be true. It's really simple. And so that's why I think Paul goes on and explains in chapter 4 that this is actually something that comes from even the Old Testament. It was promised long ago in the scriptures. He says in verse 3, "What does scripture say?" And he's quoting all the way back to Genesis chapter 15, the first book in the Bible. It says this, "Abraham believed God, and it was credited to him as righteousness." Now, this is so interesting. He's talking about the concept of crediting someone righteousness. Think about what credit is. Paul's saying that when Abraham put his trust in God, God treated Abraham as if he had righteousness. He gave him the credit of righteousness. Remember, righteousness is the currency of heaven. It's the thing that gets us to God. It's the thing that allows us to be in his presence. So this is what we learn. This isn't just for Abraham, it's for all of us. God credits us the righteousness of Jesus when we believe. Remember, Jesus is righteous. He's fully righteous. And the way we get the righteousness of Jesus credited to our account is when we put our trust in him. And here's a few things you need to know about it. First of all, it's not ours to brag about because we didn't earn it. So we don't run around saying, "Look at how good I am. I've earned my salvation. I've earned my way to God." Also, it's important to notice that it's a current reality in heaven. It's a done deal already there. In the court of heaven, God already considers that we have this righteousness. That's incredible. It's already done when you put your faith in Jesus. And the third thing is this, that it's a work in progress on earth. So even though it's a current reality in heaven, the righteousness of Jesus that is fully ours in heaven is only partially ours on earth in the sense that we're still not perfect here, right? Even though we're credited righteousness in God's eyes in heaven, and eternity is a promise of ours, we don't have to wonder if we're good enough for God. On earth, we're still not perfect. On earth, we're still learning how to honor God and live in a way that pleases him. Look at what it says in Isaiah 61. We already saw what Isaiah said about our righteous deeds, which were like filthy rags. In verse 10, he says this, "I'm overwhelmed with joy in the Lord my God, for he has dressed me with the clothing of salvation and draped me in a robe of righteousness." What a great visual. When you put your faith in Jesus, you're given the robe of righteousness. It's like he gives you the righteous robe that he earned. Jesus earned this robe and he puts it on you. What a great picture. Now, why don't you hit pause right now and talk about some of these questions in red, and check out some of the extra videos for group discussion that you might be interested in for follow-up.